Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started here. It's 7 o'clock, and we got quite a few folks here. I'll be swinging this camera around pretty good because people are kind of spread out. And there's a guy leaving already. So, well, first of all, I'll have everybody introduce themselves. So, you want to kick us off here?
Sure. My name is Matt. I'm KK4 LPT.
KK4 LPT.
Yes.
Matt. Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Vin. I'm from Frankfurt. I'm KM4 ABE.
Alpha Victor Echo. Okay. Good deal. James.
James, W89MED from Lexington.
Yo.
John, KM4CH from Marshburg. Mike, KM4SXT from Lexington.
Uh-huh. Mike and Corbin. Okay, Corbin, you still don't have your license, huh?
Bobby, KB4 QNR.
I'm Brad, WA4HPM.
And Bruce, KM4EHU from Winchester.
Okay, y'all over there.
I'm Bill, M4DIT.
Yep.
I'm JB, WA4WWH.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming. First of all, this is my camcorder bit the dust. So this is Brad's camcorder that you bought at the flea market, right? For $5 or something like that. 15 bucks. It's nicer than my camcorder ever was. But I've got I took delivery today on an HD camcorder, which means that when these things get uploaded to YouTube from now on, it all ought to be a whole lot better quality.
See really how ugly we really are.
That's right. There you go.
Facial recognition software is going to go after.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, just to mention that we will not meet in March. You might have seen my announcement on the Yahoo group. Bars is going to have weather spotter training in here at starting at 7, and they need time to set up tables and chairs because that's open to the public. So there could be what 70, 80 people in here or something like that, right? So so it'll be a bunch of people. So we will just skip the meeting and get back together in April. We will still, though, have our luncheons. So for February, like the last 2 Thursdays in the month are the 18th and the 25th. So does anybody who wants to go to the luncheon have a preference between those 2 dates, either February 18th or 25th? Okay, let's do it. I'll tell you what, let's do, since we're not meeting in March, let's hold off until the 25th. And it's an even-numbered month, so that means that we're at Denny's up here on right up the road here on Newtown Pike, and that'll be at 11:30. Okay, I usually don't introduce stragglers, but the one in the green shirt is Barry, KY-4K, and then we've got Bob, KI-4JWK. So there we are. I add two more to my roster here. Okay, so that's kind of the end of all the announcements and stuff like that. So anybody with anything to report? Why don't you start, Bobby? What have you been up to?
Babysitting my grandson mostly, to be honest with you, but I did get the digital copy of CQ today, and it's the QRP issue, so everybody watch your mailbox, or if you get the digital version, it's already available, so it's loaded with a bunch of QRP stuff.
Okay.
So it's pretty juicy.
Excellent. Okay.
Just waiting on some warmer weather.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I said something in the group about did anybody go out Saturday. Of course, you could have sat there and watched the black smoke roll over wherever you were, if you were anywhere within, 20 miles of here. And that's Roger, KJ4YSY. What have you been doing, Roger? Anything?
No, not really.
Okay.
Haven't done much in the last couple of weeks.
Okay. And Mike and Corbin, how have you been doing with your station set up? Any luck?
Well, we've got a new baby in the house, but.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
Call sign to be determined.
We haven't been doing a whole, we got our, little antenna tuner built. We've been, fooling around out in the shack and.
Okay.
We're getting ready to get it up, so
Okay.
working on our antenna right
The fact that you got anything done with a new baby is pretty darn nice.
now. We barely get any sleep or along do anything else.
Yeah, okay. But congratulations on that. And okay. Well, how about over here, we've got some Franklin Countyers and some Anderson Countyers, and what have you been doing, John?
Rebuilding an old house for
Okay.
a year and a half, but finally got moved in. So hopefully I can get back on there a little bit. I would mention something that might be for the interest of the group, when you mentioned CQ magazine electronically. If you're ever in Anderson County, stop in and get an Anderson County library card.
Okay.
And when you do, you'll be able to get that magazine every month for free.
Wow, okay.
That's offered through Zenio, through the Anderson County Library, probably through Lexington too, I don't know. But if you get a library card, you can get that monthly.
Well, okay, and they'll send it to you by email or?
Yeah, it just pops up every month and you load it up. And
Wow.
read it. And
Okay.
It's offered through the library, several other magazines.
Yeah, Frankfurt's the same way.
Yeah,
That's probably most library.
And maybe
Okay.
Lexington probably has it too.
Yeah, I suspect it is too. I haven't really kept up. I know they do a lot of stuff with electronic documents, but okay.
And I got one little question for the.
Okay, cool.
I've seen a few pop-ups about SOTA. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe sometime before the meeting, we could talk a little bit about what the group's doing in that area. And
Now's as good a time as any. Who's been, thinking about doing a summit on the air or anything like that? There's Roger.
I've already done one.
Okay.
That were me and Glenn and,
Oh, yeah.
Pete.
Mm-hmm.
We went up to Limestone Knob.
Limestone Knob, okay.
Yeah, that's, up next to Cave Run Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not too sure that we made it perfectly on top of the knob or not. Glenn was having a hard time, but we made it really near the knob anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you could say we did. We put our best effort to it. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
I think the rules say you don't have to be exactly at the top, you just gotta be so close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we found a real nice flat spot.
Aren't there several summits in Kentucky that are not activated? There's one in Berea that's never been activated.
Which one?
That, you have to be careful of that one. At Berea, I think it's on private property. You have to get permission. Now, we can go to Pilot Knob up at Clay City. That is public property up there. That's it's a wildlife preserve, I think, or something like that. But you can't go up there. And there's another one up there called Red Loaf Mountain or something like that. A little fuzzy on that, something like that. And it's just south of Clay City, so it wouldn't be, energetic people could probably do two of them one day. I couldn't. Pilot's Knob, it's steep. Yeah. It's not, it's
Well, I
not.
thought about getting into it, but I kind of thought maybe I was a little bit too old to hike in mountains.
I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Be like
but yeah,
everybody
most
else,
of
you
it is,
Yeah.
like that down at Berea, it's steep too. Take your time, just Just don't rush it, you know, and like I say, don't try to do two of them one day. Just do the one, and now me and Loretta did the one at Berea. We did the other one. We went to that Fort, what is it? Fort something down there, which is another one right close to the Pilot Knob at Berea. We
Of course, even
we
though,
walked up that one and it was 95 degrees.
a lot of these, even though they've maybe been activated, they may not have been activated at one.
Yeah.
Maybe not that many people got it, so there's lots of people looking for them.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Roger, did you or Pete post to their, website that you were going there, or?
He did.
Okay,
Or he was
okay.
supposed to have.
Okay.
No, he did mention it on Kentucky QRP, but now I
Okay.
don't know whether he listed it with the soda people.
Okay. Well, that's something to give serious consideration to, because there'll be
You would want to.
potentially dozens, if not hundreds, of people that are just sitting by the radio waiting for you to get on the air. So,
Well, then we've got that Parks on the Air started up now.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's something everybody can drive to there.
Where's the closest park?
National parks, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's only 3 in Kentucky. That's Cumberland Gap,
Mammoth Cave, right?
Mammoth Cave,
Mm-hmm.
and Lincoln's birthplace,
Red
which
River
is
Gorge doesn't count, does it?
No.
just south of Louisville down there. It's right beside-
Is it in Springfield, Kentucky? Is the
It's down that way.
Okay.
It's, I looked at it on the map.
Hodginsville,
Yeah,
Not that far.
it is.
is what it is, Hodginsville.
Yeah. And another thing, John, older people like us, better off probably dividing the radio equipment between 2 people. Let one always carry water and food, and the other do carry the rest of the radio.
This thing do make Corbin carry it all up there.
Running takes the battery.
Well,
I think we need to go. The club needs to buy a goat.
these days, it's about 60 degrees, 45, 55 degrees is ideal time to go.
Don't worry about snakes,
You don't have to worry about the snow.
poison ivy.
They do like
You might see
that.
one warm up there once in
If
a while.
it gets,
Get the rock warm up, you make the mat
Yes.
get on the rocks.
Okay, well, anybody else with, thinking about stuff related to summits on the air, activating a summit or anything like that?
I guess I know there's a prominence definition on what actually makes it a summit. So do they have a database of those, or you just look at a topo and then submit it? Or
No, there's a database.
So
yeah,
they've defined
there's
all
a
of them in
Kentucky
Kentucky.
database for it.
I guess the USA is divided into a bunch of.
It's on their
sections.
website.
Yeah, and there would be,
I think I sent it to you.
So it lists all the ones that even haven't been activated, that are defined
Yeah.
as something?
They've officially been designated.
I saw the maps of the ones that have been activated.
Quite a few in eastern Kentucky that you could go to.
Right, I think there's several that hadn't been activated.
Yeah.
There's one, it seemed like in Kentucky, there's one that's like coal mine district, it's a bunch of.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We noticed it kind of, because several years ago, there weren't that many, and then all of a sudden, several more popped up, so I think they've added some or something.
yeah. Well, and then each one has got like a serial number or something, right? So you can keep track of them.
They may have do they have a point there for height? Okay.
Some of them are
Yeah,
only worth,
it's according to how hard it is to get to how many points you get.
some of them are only worth 1 point, and the other ones are worth 2 points, and I guess it depends on the height and how hard it is to get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But now, I know out west, that a lot of guys do that with VHF equipment. They just run simplex. I guess they're overlooking a metropolitan area and they get tons of contacts. I don't know how well that would work here, but I know that out west they do that sometimes with just,
Well, and in some places you'd be so high that you'd be line of sight to, for out 50.
looking down on LA or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, anything else along those lines? Okay, Brad, do you want to tell us anything that you've been doing related to QRP?
Not really related to QRP, but been doing a lot of playing around with DXing for AM radio.
Mm-hmm.
And At your suggestion, I ordered a new receiver, PL380, I think is what it's called, son. And it's going to arrive on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, testing it out, and see how well it works. If you haven't, if any of you guys aren't familiar with PL380, I'm not either. But Chris can tell you more about it than I can. It seems like a real good deal.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, it's one of many radios out of China that's got the DSP chip in it. So it's super selective. I mean, you can sit there and listen to stuff on 620 and 640, you know, practically in the shadow of WLAP's tower. And then this particular one is considered, you know, maybe the best out there. And then in addition, there are, you know, the loop stick in the thing is a pretty good antenna. But then in addition, there are all kinds of projects that you can build, ferrite sleeve loop antennas and longer loop sticks and stuff that give you even more directionality and gain. So so if you're going to go out camping, what you really need, if you're going to go out camping or something and you get tired of operating QRP, then you get out your PL380 or whatever and start listening to the medium wave band and start listening to California and stuff like that.
Is it expensive? Is it an expensive radio?
No, about between $35 and $45 on.
You have a computer for it to operate. You have to plug it into a
No, no. This is not an SDR. This is just a portable.
Okay.
What they call an ultralight, AM and FM and shortwave, and it does not do single sideband. But
It's got a good medium wave receiver on it.
yeah, because of the DSP chip in it. Now there's even smaller radios about like this that don't even have a speaker in them. Sony made several that's got that same chip in it.
Really?
I bought one at the Georgetown Flea Market for $2. Okay.
You knew what you were looking for, bro.
Yeah. Well, I knew what it was when I saw it, but but anyhow, I know Bobby's done a lot of medium wave DXing down through the years, and it's when you're out if you're out camping someplace, you're so far away from noise sources that you can have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. So another kind of latecomer over here is N4LG. Have you been doing anything QRP related, Bill?
Just on a vacation trip to Florida.
Okay, well, tell us about that. That sounds nice and warm.
It was very nice and warm. Worked several Cubans one day, Brazil and field work.
Well, what were you using like for his equipment and antennas and stuff?
Aircraft KX3 and
Okay.
33 foot of wire thrown up in a tree.
Wire in a tree. Okay. That's just the kind of.
Working Cubans 100 miles away. I mean, it's not really.
Yeah. But still, that's
But it was a lot of fun.
That's what we like to hear is somebody gets out there and does something. In your case, went to a warm climate to do it, so you can't kick about that. Okay, well, anybody else with anything, new equipment, antennas, field work, anything like that?
I finished the 2 antennas for UHF.
Oh, yeah.
They're vertical coaxial dipoles. This one's for 440, and it's just held together. It's following the plans that were in the handbooks the last couple of years. Just a piece of copper tube, some brass drill rod, and in the center is a piece of homemade rigid coax made from the threaded lamp rods. That one's 440. This one's for 2 meters.
Okay.
And this one isn't solidly put together, but it comes apart in pieces.
Okay, so you could backpack that out and put it together when you get there.
Well, still, the whip itself is still half wave, but everything else is short and small. And it's QRP because I wouldn't put a lot of power into it.
Man, you've been doing a lot with building antennas and stuff. That's pretty cool. Okay. Anything else along those lines? Antennas for new antennas for home or for your field work or anything? Equipment? Anybody building kits this winter? Nope, doesn't sound like it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I made a homemade roll-up J-pole using some TV twin leads.
Okay.
And was able to use a fishing pole and pull it up on an old mast at my house. And
Okay.
just VHF 2-meter phone was getting from my house in Lawrenceburg down to Korea and over toward Louisville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
So,
Pretty darn nice.
and that's the goal, it's to be portable, and you roll it up, pull it up, pack it, so. QRP in mind with that.
Yeah. Well, and portability too. So, okay.
I've got a question about in-fed antenna tuners.
Okay. We got a lot of NFED users here.
And I'm a novice at that. But I guess I probably need to use one in a while, so I probably know this stuff, but it seems to me like an antenna, most antenna tuners, especially I see some of these in-feds where supposedly you have a tuner that'll work multiple bands. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, it seems like normally the antenna tuner is going to look for a low SWR or a low voltage point. When with an in-fed antenna, you're trying to make it go to the high voltage point. Now, when you're tuning multi-bands on something like that, how do you keep it on the high voltage point instead of trying to seek a low? You understand what I'm saying? Because normally an antenna tuner is going to seek a low voltage point. That's normally what it was, any that I use. But you're trying to feed that thing backwards. And if you're using a multi-band antenna, it seems to me like that'd be problematic. Anybody got any comments on that?
I usually make them for one particular band.
That you don't have that problem.
And I don't have a problem. Now, I do have one that's a dual band, works 40 and 20 meters. And,
but you change the wire.
well, actually, it's just got a T in line at about the 33, 34 foot mark. You know, the total length is like 65.5 feet. But you go down about a quarter wave for that, where you're at 20 meters. And then there's a stub, just a wire stub about 6 inches. So when you change bands, the electrons figure out where they're going to go. So, I mean, 20, and it works real well on both bands with, with 5 watts. I mean, that.
Does it have a tuner with it, or is it just directly fed?
No, it's a matchbox with. So that one is a commercial one, but most of the time they just have like a 9-to-1 type on it. And there's all kinds of stuff online about which toroids and how to wind it. Because essentially the wire's like several thousand ohms, like you say.
Right.
But you want to try to look at 50 ohms, so if the wire's resonant at a half wavelength, then, and you use the 9-to-1 on it, typically they work pretty good.
Now, the same company that he's talking about, commercial, L&R,
They make a quad band.
they make one now that's good for 40, 20, 10,
And 15,
and
I think.
15, I think. And resident. And then it's tunable on like 17 meters.
And all the time in-fed.
All the time
All
it's
the time fed
in-fed.
to high voltage.
But now here's their trick. It's not an in-fed, it's an in-fed dipole antenna. Now, I'm not too sure just exactly, but that keeps you from having to have another counterpole swap. Because if it was just a regular in-fed, you'd have to have, that would just be like your antenna.
They use the outer shield. I mean, they come back, that common node current comes back. Because it's gotta be against ground somewhere to radiate right.
But, well, they just use the 18 gauge stealth wires, what they use for an antenna.
Yeah. But I mean, the coax run, it helps if you got 20, 30 feet of coax on them, really. Even though, well, there's no loss there really for your QRP. I mean, there is theoretically, but if you got 4 or 5 watts, I mean, you know, it's very marginal.
Okay. So we just got about 5 minutes to go here before bars will be starting, and Brad and I got to get his camcorder converted over for Bobby's talk. So one last call, anything related to QRP. So thank you everybody for coming. Good crowd tonight. See a lot of you at the February luncheon, and then we'll see you in, we'll figure out a date for a March luncheon a little bit later on in the Yahoo group, and then we will meet in April. So thank you all.